Welcome to the Randy McDonough channel where you find out about the cool music that belongs in your collection and the cold beer that belongs in your fridge. So welcome. And I'm coming to you from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Part of Toronto called Scarborough actually. It used to be its own city, well, and a borough, but now it's all a part of Toronto for quite a while now. So anyway, um, what I'm going to talk to you today about is music, and today's music, the band needs no introduction, but the album is In Through the Outdoor by Led Zeppelin, released 1979. Okay, so it's vinyl, the lost art of vinyl. So I'm going to talk about the vinyl. I'm going to work outside, in, the way I like to do it, eh? So here we go. Obviously, you can see, you're probably familiar with this album, but it's a man in a bar in a white suit surrounded by darkness. Same thing on the back from another angle, eh? The interesting thing about this cover is there are a few variations of it, and taken from all different angles from all the characters in the album's perspectives, right? So that's kind of interesting. And it was originally wrapped in brown paper, with the name stamped on it. So the marketing guys were kind of hoping that a bunch of suckers, or I don't know, collectors, would buy all the versions, right? So jump up the sales for the same damn record, right? So nice try, guys. Marketing guys are always at it. So yeah. So anyway, lucky for me, it did work out for me. You know, I will say the marketing plan worked out for me. I didn't know it, but buddy of mine bought the album once. Then wanted to collect all the different ones, just like you do with cereal boxes and stuff, right? Prizes. So he went and bought another one with the brown wrap. He, lo and behold, he finds out, oh my God, it's the same one I already had, eh? So this one is the Series A, eh? So if you look close, you can see it, eh? There's an A there, eh? But so yeah, and kind of a cool looking album. So anyway, this guy gives it to me, right? Because he didn't want to give it to me for nothing, right? I think I bought him a thing of chocolate milk at the cafeteria or whatever. So it was a pretty good price, right? For me. So anyway, that's the story of the outside. So we'll go in through the indoor or outdoor, whatever. So here we go. Here's got the inner sleeve. I got the colored version. Apparently there's a black and white version too. So I got a little color on here. Got American currency there. I can't really tell what denomination, but I know whatever denomination is worth a lot more in Canadian dollars. Hey, you see the exchange rate lately? Holy mackerel. Uh, and then on the other side, you got the ashtray with the Dear John letter kind of sitting right there, eh? Broken glass. Guy's obviously pissed off. His woman ran off on him, right? That's my guess. Happened to me too a couple times, eh? Well, wonder where my wife is. But anyway, maybe you could share your stories about ex-wives and stuff too, eh? Maybe I'll talk about it one day too. So anyway, pulling out the vinyl. Here we go. And the beautiful Swan Song logo. So there you go, right there, eh? Pretty cool. I call that guy on there the Flying Eunuch, right? And if you look closely, you'll see why. Poor guy, man. I wouldn't want to come to Earth ever either. I just want to fly all the time too if I was in his position. But anyway, still cool. All right. So we got the vinyl details covered. There you go. I'll just put that down for a sec. So let's talk about record details. So recorded late 1978. Wasn't released, I think, until like, geez, August or something, 79, right? And so everybody probably starts picking it up then. Recorded in Stockholm, Sweden, of all places. An ABBA studio, of all places, even more. You know, Zeppelin, ABBA, ne'er the two shall meet, but they sure did here at Polo Studios, right? In Stockholm. I actually was in Stockholm once, and I will say the beautiful place, beautiful women, but the beer prices, whoa, whoa, Nelly, woo, man. I think it was paying, about worked out to about $20 a pint. So $20 a pint, I go out at like about 7 pints a night, right? When I'm hanging around a bar, so minimum seven. You know, that's a lot of money, for me. I don't know about you guys, but you know, spend $140 one night at a bar, and you know, I don't even think I scored, right? I was just like talking to guys and stuff like that, and girls, but they're pretty shy over there, but very nice. But anyway, so back to the record. Yeah, this record, it was number 8 in the list of studio albums by Zeppelin, and their last album with original material, right? I think Coda came later, a few years later, but it wasn't all the new stuff. It was all reissues and things like that. But this was the last one with new stuff on it, right? New material. So still thing went number 1 in Canada, UK, New Zealand. Them sheep must have been buying it, eh? The US, and hey, that's where you got to make it, right? The big US population, big US money. You make it there, then number 1 there. You're number 1 for a while, right? You're feeling pretty good. You're number 1 with your banker, that's for sure. So anyway, these guys were number 1 with their banker once again. At the time it came out, they were kind of, the punk thing was going on for a couple of years in England. So that kind of took over. The post-punk thing was happening. The ska bands were emerging in late '79. So these guys were kind of on the outs in their own home country, right? North America is still massive, eh? Everybody's still walking around with long hair, beards, feathered hair, driving 74 Chargers, right? A couple of my best buddies had one. I was so jealous. Anyway, maybe some of you Charger owners can leave some comments, right? I know there's a lot of Zeppelin fans who are also Charger owners, eh? Especially in Scarborough, man, old Scarborough. Scarborough's changed, but back then, man, holy, muscle cars central, eh, in the 70s, eh? And Zeppelin and Sabbath, but we're talking about Zeppelin now, not cars. So anyway, let me know your thoughts on that, though. And the music, just amazing. What it was so cool, the atmospheric aspect of this album, and I don't think it was ever experienced in any other Zeppelin release. Maybe a little in Kashmir here and there, and a couple other songs, but overall, consistently, it's so atmospheric. Use of electronic keyboards, eh? Like, it wasn't like, Depeche Mode or something like that in later years, but, a lot of electronic keyboards for a band like these guys, right? No question. And the guitar, Page was more of a subtle, hard edge, bringing up the rear kind of thing, eh? Let's face it, Page was one of the best guitarists in the world, but whoa, stop the bus, hey? I got to put in my plug for Randy Rhoads, best guitarist in the fucking world, eh? Nobody outdid that guy, Randy. R.I.P., man, you were the best there is, there was, there will be, whatever, you name it. Put all those adjectives or adverbs or whatever. Randy Rhoads, R.I.P. Okay, moving back to Zepp. So the guitar is really nice, but no super riffs like Whole Lotta Love, Misty Mountain Hop, The Ocean, all those, right? Those bands, like all those riffs, right? Killer riffs. They didn't really happen in this. I'd say, first song I'll talk about in here, In the Evening. Pretty cool riff there, and I think that was probably the most standout riff in this album for me. Guitar riff. Total atmospheric excellence. It's a long song, but wait till the end. You never know what can happen, eh? For sure. Hold on. Cheers out there. Salute. So bouncing right along here. Southbound Soiree, speaking of Mexico earlier, right? Hey, once again, guys, Mexico, way to go. Bouncy rock and roll, kind of like an Elton John song, reminding me a little bit about, Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting or Crocodile Rock. Had that kind of feel, sort of that 70s rock and roll with cocaine involved or something. But, that's my feeling about it. In Mexico, hey, cocaine, right? Fool in the Rain, totally poppy song. I like it, but, there's not much I want to say about that one. Poppy, everybody knows it. Hot Dog, kind of a fun country boogie woogie bouncy song, old school groove in there, kind of a lot of laughs, good times. Carousel Alhambra, moving right along. Speaking of the Swedish thing, the ABBA, I don't know, when I first heard that, I thought ABBA, right at the very beginning. You let me know what you think, I felt some ABBA vibe in there, so maybe all those blonde girls were having a big influence on those guys, and I totally understand why, having been there. They influence everybody. They even influenced some people to move there. I was thinking about it, but Sweden didn't want me. I don't know why. Anyway, check that one out. A good one. All of My Love classic again. You can barely talk about it. It's just one of those songs everybody's heard. It's played on every classic rock station. Q107 here in Toronto. You name it. Everybody knows that one. My favorite song though is the last song on the album, "I'm Gonna Crawl." No doubt, totally atmospheric masterpiece. Electric charge blues. I don't know what you can call it, but subtle drumming from Bonzo, like totally subtle. Like powerful, but still subtle. I don't know how to balance that out. I don't know how to verbalize that, eh? But and big crescendos in this song, big crescendos, and you think it's going to be this massive Zeppelin explosion, right? But nope, just Bonzo hitting a cymbal, nice and soft, and takes you right back down to earth and cruises back into that bluesy sort of heavy duty song. Really check that out, eh? I'm sure it's online like everything else, and maybe support the band. This band's got bazillions in the bank, right? They don't need too much support, but so totally understand that. Anyway, that's the music. Oh yeah, being Zeppelin and every other album, I play backwards, right? Got to play it backwards, see if there's any secret messages. Didn't come up with anything on this one, eh? Like Zeppelin's famous for having whole albums backwards where they speak the story of the Satanic Bible or something like that, right? I don't know, but anyway, this was nothing there. So in live factor, I saw these guys live in 1975 at the Montreal Forum. It was a 10th birthday present for me. I turned 10 in October '64. My mom took me to the show. Went to Barbie Barn in Montreal, best steakhouse on Guy Street, or not steak, ribs, sorry. Go have some ribs there, guys, and say hi to all my friends that has for me in Montreal. I'll say hi right now in case I happen to look at this. Hi, Montreal, bonjour. Anyway, that's about it. Check out this album, and for my rating, I'm giving it 4 Woo Lemaires. So 1 Woo Lemaire, 2 Woo Lemaire, 3 Woo Lemaire, 4 Woo Lemaires. Woo Lemaire! And all you Montreal Canadiens fans will know Jacques Lemaire, one of the greatest centermen you ever had, eh? Scored overtime winners, one in a Stanley Cup, I think, one or two. Anyway, won't keep you any longer. Enjoy this record and rate, subscribe, and comment, please. Thank you.